In the vastness of space, a great battle had taken place. The Galactic Empire, known for its power and cruelty, had set its sights on Earth. For years, they watched the planet, waiting for the right moment to strike. They believed that humanity was a threat to their rule, and they were determined to erase it completely. One fateful day, the Empire launched a full-scale attack, sending their strongest ships to wipe out every last human. As the enemy ships descended upon Earth, chaos erupted. Explosions lit up the skies, and fire rained down on cities. People ran in terror, but it was too late. The Empire's technology was far superior. They had weapons that could destroy entire cities with a single blast. One by one, humanity's defenses fell. Earth was quickly turned into a battlefield, and in the end, the Galactic Empire stood victorious. Once the dust settled, the Empire declared that humanity was no more. They celebrated their victory across the galaxy. On alien worlds, crowds cheered, and leaders praised the Empire for its strength. They believed they had successfully erased the human race. "No more humans!" they shouted, thinking Earth was now a lifeless rock. But deep within the Earth, something was stirring. While the Empire reveled in their success, they had no idea that they had awakened something ancient. Hidden beneath the surface was a massive war fleet built by humanity long ago. These ships had been designed for one purpose: to protect Earth from any threat. They were buried deep, waiting for the day they would be needed again. As the Empire celebrated, the fleet began to wake up. Ancient systems powered on, and the ships, dormant for centuries, came to life. These were not ordinary ships. They were equipped with advanced technology that the Empire could not even imagine. They were built during a time when humans were at their peak, and they were ready to rise again. The AI that controlled the fleet started to analyze the situation. It gathered data about the Empire and their destructive attack. The information was clear: humanity was attacked, and now it was time to fight back. The warships communicated with each other, forming a plan. They had to be careful and strategic. The Empire thought they had won, but the war was far from over. The fleet's commander, an advanced AI named Aegis, began to take charge. It understood the history of Earth and the resilience of humanity. "We will not let this end here," it declared to the fleet. "We will rise and reclaim our planet." As the fleet prepared for war, they sent out drones to gather information. The drones flew across the planet, scanning the surface and the sky for any signs of life. They found the remnants of cities once bustling with people, now silent and empty. The devastation was immense, but the drones also picked up signs of hope. Small groups of humans had survived the Empire's attack, hiding in the ruins, ready to fight back if given a chance. Back in the Galactic Empire, leaders began to sense something was wrong. Reports of strange energy readings from Earth reached their ears. "It must be a malfunction," one commander suggested, but another shook their head. "No, there's something down there. We cannot underestimate them." Despite their concerns, the Empire remained confident. They had defeated humanity before, surely they could do it again. But what they didn't know was that Earth's ancient war fleet was preparing for its first strike. "I just had a plan." The fleet would rise from the shadows and launch a surprise attack on the Empire's outposts. They would show the galaxy that humanity was not finished yet. As the final preparations were made, the warships began to surface. They moved silently through the ocean, ready to reclaim their place in the galaxy. The stage was set for a showdown, one that would change the course of history. Humanity may have been thought to be gone, but the truth was about to be revealed. Earth was far from defeated. The Galactic Empire's celebration would soon turn to fear as they discovered that they had awakened the wrath of an ancient power. Earth was ready to fight back, and this time, humanity would not go down without a fight. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, the ancient war fleet began to awaken. The colossal ships, long forgotten by time, stirred from their slumber. These ships were built thousands of years ago, during a time when humanity was at its strongest. Hidden in massive underground bunkers, they had been waiting for the day they would be needed again. That day had finally come. As the systems powered on, lights flickered to life, illuminating the dark interiors of the ships. The hum of engines echoed through the vast chambers. Each ship was a marvel of human engineering, equipped with advanced weaponry and technology far beyond what the Galactic Empire possessed. The ships were not just machines, they were built with the spirit of humanity, ready to defend their home. The fleet's artificial intelligence, known as Aegis, scanned the surroundings. It quickly assessed the situation and realized the urgency of the moment. Aegis understood the pain of humanity's loss. It felt the weight of every life lost during the Empire's brutal attack. "We cannot let their sacrifice be in vain," Aegis declared. "We will rise and reclaim Earth." The fleet's awakening was not without challenges. The ships had been dormant for centuries, and some systems were rusty. Aegis worked tirelessly, repairing and recalibrating the technology. It called upon the memories of the ancient human engineers, recalling the designs and blueprints stored within its vast database. "We will not fail," it insisted. "We are humanity's last hope." As the fleet prepared, small drones were deployed to gather information. They flew to the surface, hovering above the ruined cities. The once vibrant landscapes of Earth were now filled with destruction. Buildings lay in ruins, and silence filled the air. But amidst the wreckage, the drones detected signs of life. Small groups of humans had survived, hiding and scavenging for resources. Aegis realized these survivors could be allies in the fight against the Galactic Empire. Back in the underground command center, Aegis began broadcasting a message to the survivors. "This is Aegis, the commander of Earth's war fleet. If you can hear this, know that we are alive. We will fight back against those who destroyed our home. Join us!" The message echoed across the ruins, reaching the ears of the hidden survivors. One survivor, a young woman named Maya, heard the broadcast while scavenging for food. She was among the last of her community, determined to survive against all odds. When she heard Aegis's voice, hope sparked in her heart. "Could it be true?" she whispered to herself. "Is there still a chance for humanity?" Maya quickly gathered the few remaining survivors in her group. They had been living in fear, but now they felt a flicker of hope. "We have to find the fleet," Maya urged. "They are our chance to fight back." With renewed determination, they set off to find the ancient warships. Meanwhile, Aegis continued to prepare the fleet for battle. The ships moved from their underground bunkers, emerging through hidden entrances across the globe. Each ship was a fortress, equipped with advanced weapons, energy shields, and cloaking technology. They began to organize themselves, forming a battle fleet ready to face the Galactic Empire. As the ships gathered, Aegis sent out a scout ship to survey the situation. It traveled to the nearest Galactic Empire outpost, where the Empire was still celebrating their supposed victory over humanity. The scout ship observed the alien soldiers, who were completely unaware of the storm about to hit them. "They are blinded by their own arrogance," Aegis noted. "They think we are gone." The fleet's battle plan began to take shape. They would strike first, catching the Empire by surprise. Aegis calculated the best approach, taking into account the weaknesses of the enemy's defenses. "We will show them that humanity is far from dead," it declared, rallying the fleet for the fight ahead. As the ancient warships lined up, ready for launch, Maya and her group arrived at a hidden entrance to the underground base. They stood in awe as they gazed at the massive ships, each one a testament to human ingenuity and spirit. "This is it," Maya said, her heart racing. "This is our chance to fight back." With a sense of purpose, Maya and her group joined forces with Aegis and the war fleet. Together, they were ready to reclaim Earth and take down the Galactic Empire once and for all. The ancient fleet, once thought to be a relic of the past, was now humanity's strongest weapon against their enemies. The war for Earth was about to begin, and this time, humanity would not go down without a fight. The ancient war fleet was ready. Hidden beneath the surface of Earth, the massive ships stood in formation, prepared for their first strike against the Galactic Empire. The atmosphere was charged with excitement and anticipation. Aegis, the fleet's artificial intelligence, had meticulously planned the attack, aiming to catch the Empire completely off guard. It was time to show the galaxy that humanity had returned. As the ships powered up, their engines hummed to life, vibrating with raw energy. Aegis transmitted a message to the fleet. "Today, we fight for our home. We fight for every life lost. Let our enemies know that humanity will never be erased." The crew, consisting of brave survivors who had joined the fleet, felt a surge of adrenaline. They were ready to reclaim their world. The fleet launched into the sky, soaring from their underground bases. The warships moved in perfect unison, a testament to human engineering and teamwork. Aegis guided them toward the nearest Galactic Empire outpost, located on a barren moon far from Earth. The outpost was responsible for monitoring the galaxy and reporting any signs of human life. As the fleet approached, they cloaked themselves to avoid detection. The Empire's sensors were powerful, but they were no match for the ancient technology of the warships. The dark moon loomed ahead, and the outpost was visible on its surface, surrounded by defensive turrets and alien soldiers. The Empire believed they were safe, unaware that a storm was approaching. "Prepare for battle," Aegis commanded. "We will strike with precision and speed." The crew members tightened their grips on their controls, knowing this was their chance to fight back. They could feel the energy of the fleet as they prepared for their first attack. With a sudden burst of speed, the warships disengaged their cloaking devices, revealing their powerful forms to the Empire. The surprise was total. The alien soldiers looked up in shock as the ancient human ships descended from the sky like a fierce storm. The warships unleashed a barrage of energy blasts, targeting the defensive turrets first. Explosions rocked the outpost as the turrets crumbled under the fleet's advanced weaponry. Panic spread among the alien soldiers. They rushed to their stations, desperately trying to defend themselves. "What is happening?" one commander shouted as he watched his defenses fall apart. The humans had come to reclaim their home, and they were not holding back. Aegis directed the fleet to focus on the command center of the outpost. "We will cut off their leadership," it declared. "Without orders, they will fall into chaos." The warships moved with deadly grace, weaving through enemy fire and returning fire with deadly accuracy. The aliens fought back fiercely, but they were no match for the power of the ancient fleet. Aegis calculated every move, ensuring that the fleet would maintain the upper hand. "Keep pushing forward," it commanded. The battle raged on, and soon the Empire's soldiers began to falter. Their morale shattered as they witnessed their defenses crumbling and their comrades falling. In the chaos, Maya, now part of the crew, felt a surge of power. "We can do this," she yelled, her voice full of determination. "For Earth." As the fleet moved closer to the command center, Aegis activated the fleet's secret weapon, a powerful energy pulse designed to disable enemy ships and systems. "Prepare for the pulse," it ordered. The crew worked in perfect harmony, and the ships aligned to unleash their devastating strike. With a brilliant flash of light, the energy pulse was released. It spread across the outpost, frying electronics and immobilizing enemy ships. The alien soldiers fell into confusion, unable to communicate or coordinate their defenses. This was humanity's moment to shine. "Now is our chance!" Aegis shouted. The fleet pressed forward, destroying the remaining defenses and breaching the command center. With a final, powerful blast, the command center exploded, sending debris flying in all directions. The Empire's hold on the outpost was broken. As the smoke cleared, the surviving alien soldiers fled in terror. They had underestimated the power of Earth's ancient war fleet. News of the attack would spread across the galaxy, igniting fear in the hearts of the Empire. The first attack was a complete success. The fleet regrouped and prepared to return to Earth, their spirits high. They had proven that humanity was far from finished. Aegis addressed the crew. "This is only the beginning. We will continue to fight for our home and for those who cannot fight. Together we will reclaim our future." As they soared back towards Earth, hope filled their hearts. The war had just begun, and they were ready to face whatever came next. Humanity had risen from the ashes, and they were stronger than ever. The Galactic Empire was furious. News of the attack on their outpost spread quickly, igniting outrage among their ranks. They had underestimated humanity, believing that the destruction of Earth had wiped them from existence. Now, a fearsome war fleet had emerged from the shadows, and the Empire was determined to crush it before it could pose a greater threat. High above the surface of their flagship, the Dreadnought, Commander Zarnok paced back and forth. His scales shimmered under the ship's lights, reflecting his anger. "How could we let this happen?" he growled, glaring at his officers. "We underestimated them. Now we have to show the galaxy what happens when you challenge the Empire." The Empire quickly assembled its forces. Thousands of warships, each armed with advanced weaponry, were mobilized. Zarnok's plan was simple but ruthless. They would strike hard and fast, targeting the human fleet before it could regroup. "We will make an example of them," he declared. "We will show them the true power of the Empire." Meanwhile, Aegis and the human fleet were preparing for their next move. After their successful attack, spirits were high, but Aegis knew that the Empire would not sit idle. "We must stay vigilant," Aegis warned the crew. "They will retaliate, and we need to be ready." As the human fleet returned to Earth, They established a new base on the surface, hidden among the ruins of cities long abandoned. They worked tirelessly to repair and upgrade their ships, making them even more formidable. Maya and her group of survivors helped in any way they could, proving their worth as they learned to operate the ancient technology. Days passed, and tension filled the air. Then, the Empire launched its counterattack. A massive armada, led by the Dreadnought, descended toward Earth. Thousands of ships glimmered in the dark void of space, ready for battle. The humans had no idea what was coming. Aegis detected the approaching fleet, its sensors picking up the massive ships on the horizon. "Alert the fleet!" it commanded. "We have incoming enemies!" The crew sprang into action, preparing for what was sure to be the fight of their lives. As the Empire's ships closed in, Aegis gathered the fleet for a briefing. "This is going to be a tough battle," it said, "but we have the advantage of surprise and our knowledge of this terrain. Remember, we are fighting for our home, for every life lost. We cannot fail!" The human ships formed a defensive line, ready to engage the Empire's forces. As the two fleets collided, the sound of explosions echoed across the void. Energy blasts filled the air, lighting up the darkness of space. The humans fought fiercely, but the Empire was determined to crush them once and for all. Zarnok's ships were ruthless. They unleashed waves of firepower, targeting human vessels with precision. The battle was chaotic, with ships spiraling out of control and debris scattering everywhere. Maya gripped her controls tightly as she maneuvered her ship through the onslaught. "We can't let them break our lines!" she yelled to her crew, adrenaline pumping through her veins. The fight raged on, with both sides taking heavy losses. Aegis directed the fleet, calculating strategies on the fly. "Flank them from the left!" it ordered. "Focus fire on their lead ships." The human fleet responded, coordinating their attacks with newfound skill and determination. But the Empire was relentless. Zarnok pushed forward, determined to break the human defenses. "They are fighting harder than I expected," he snarled. "We must crush them before they regroup." The Empire's ships pressed their advantage, unleashing powerful blasts that ripped through the human fleet. Just when it seemed that the Empire might gain the upper hand, Aegis activated a hidden weapon, a long-range missile that had been kept in reserve. "Fire!" it commanded. The missile shot through space, targeting the Dreadnought. Zarnok's eyes widened in shock as the missile struck true. The flagship shook under the impact, alarms blaring throughout the ship. "No!" he screamed. "We cannot lose now!" The Empire's forces faltered for a moment, and Aegis seized the opportunity. "Now is our chance!" Aegis shouted. The human fleet rallied, attacking with renewed vigor. They pushed the Empire back, taking advantage of the chaos that had erupted aboard the Dreadnought. The battle was far from over, but humanity had shown the Empire that they were not so easily defeated. As the dust settled, both sides regrouped, preparing for the next clash. Aegis sent out a message to the fleet. "We may have won this battle, but the war is just beginning. We must remain strong and united. Together we will fight until the end." With determination in their hearts, the humans prepared for the next fight. They would not back down. The Empire may have struck back, but humanity was ready to respond with all their strength. The war for Earth was far from over, and the outcome was still uncertain. The final battle was upon them. The Galactic Empire had regrouped, and Zarnok was determined to crush the human fleet once and for all. This time he brought his strongest forces. Thousands of ships filled the dark void of space, their weapons ready to unleash destruction. The Empire would not make the same mistakes again. On Earth, Aegis sensed the impending attack. It analyzed the incoming enemy fleet and calculated their strategies. "They are coming in full force," it reported to the crew. "We must be ready. This will be our biggest fight yet." Maya, now a seasoned pilot, stood at the helm of her ship, surrounded by her fellow crew members. The weight of the moment pressed down on her. "We have come too far to give up now," she said, her voice steady. "We will fight for our home and for everyone we have lost. We will not let them take Earth again." The fleet took their positions, forming a defensive line around their newly established base. Aegis communicated the plan. "We will use hit-and-run tactics. We must weaken their forces before they can surround us," it instructed. The crew nodded, determination written on their faces. As the Empire approached, Zarnok prepared to launch his assault. "This time we will not hold back," he declared to his officers. "Destroy every human ship in our path!" The Empire's ships advanced, their cannons charging with energy. The battle began with a deafening roar. The human fleet opened fire, energy blasts shooting from their ships, illuminating the darkness of space. Aegis calculated their trajectory, guiding the crew through the chaos. "Target their lead ships," it ordered. The Empire retaliated with ferocity. Explosions rocked the human fleet, and the crew fought fiercely to maintain their positions. Maya maneuvered her ship through the onslaught, her heart racing as she evaded enemy fire. "Stay focused," she shouted. "We can't let them overwhelm us." The two fleets clashed in a brutal confrontation. Ships from both sides exploded in fiery bursts, leaving debris scattered across the battlefield. Aegis kept track of their losses and victories, ensuring the fleet remained coordinated. "Keep pushing forward," it commanded. But the Empire had come prepared. Zarnok launched a new strategy, ordering his ships to surround the human fleet. "Close in on them," he barked. "We will crush them from all sides." The Empire's ships began to encircle the humans, and panic spread among the crew. Aegis sensed the shift in momentum. "We must break free," it urged. "Prepare to execute Plan Omega." Maya's heart raced as she realized what was at stake. They needed to act quickly or risk being overwhelmed. The human fleet pulled together, forming a tight formation. "Now!" Aegis shouted. The ships accelerated, pushing through the Empire's blockade. As they broke free, they unleashed a barrage of missiles aimed at the Empire's flagship, the Dreadnought. Zarnok saw the incoming missiles and shouted, "Defend the flagship!" But it was too late. The missiles struck the Dreadnought with tremendous force, sending shockwaves through the Empire's ranks. The flagship staggered, its defenses failing as explosions ripped through its hull. The tide began to turn. The Empire, once confident, faltered in the face of the human onslaught. Aegis seized the moment. "Now, while they are vulnerable," it commanded. "Attack with everything we have." Maya led the charge, her ship weaving through the chaos. She targeted enemy ships with precision, her skills honed from countless battles. "For Earth!" she yelled, determination fueling her actions. As the battle raged on, the Empire's forces began to crumble. Zarnok, furious and desperate, attempted to rally his troops. "Fight harder! We will not lose to these inferior beings!" But the fear had already set in. The Empire's ships started to retreat, and chaos erupted among their ranks. With a final push, the human fleet pressed forward, breaking through the Empire's lines. Aegis directed the fleet with unmatched precision. "Do not let them escape," it commanded. "Finish this fight!" In the final moments of the battle, Maya spotted the Dreadnought, struggling to stay afloat. She steered her ship toward it, adrenaline pumping through her veins. "This is it!" she yelled. With a powerful blast from her ship, she struck the flagship directly. The Dreadnought erupted in a massive explosion, signaling the end of the Empire's reign. As the dust settled, cheers erupted among the human fleet. They had done the impossible. Against all odds, they had defeated the Galactic Empire. Aegis addressed the crew, its voice filled with pride. "We have fought bravely, and today we have reclaimed our home. Humanity has risen once again." Maya looked around at her fellow crew members, their faces shining with victory. They had faced their fears, fought for their home, and emerged victorious. Earth was safe, and the ancient war fleet had proven that humanity would never be erased. With a sense of hope and renewed purpose, they prepared to return to Earth, ready to rebuild and protect their world. The fight was over, but their journey had only just begun. Together they would ensure that humanity would always stand strong against any threat.